Peace, power, and protection, my beautiful, beautiful Scorpio soul tribe. Thank you so much for tuning and tapping in. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with your sister. I am very, very thankful, humbled, honored. I give gratitude to each and every one of you, beloveds. I was called to smudge this space. I already smudged my cards, but I was called to smudge the energy, for those that may be tuning and tapping in. I was feeling a sense of heaviness. So Spirit said, get that smudge ready, burn that Palo Santo, and just cleanse the energy as you all start, trickling in to tune into the messages. So I will that this Palo Santo clears your energy, your vibration of anything heavy, of any energy that's attached to you that doesn't belong to you. Anything you may have picked up along your day and along your way, your journey. Whenever you are tuning and tapping into this message, that was divine timing and divine order. My messages are timeless. So these messages, if they resonate for you, that means it was meant for you. To all of my beloveds that are returning, you already know what it is. Love is love is love is love is love. I send y'all extra love because you know I love and appreciate you all that much. To anyone that may be new, welcome, beloveds. I will that my messages, the way that I read, the way that I channel, I will that my energy correlates with yours, that we have a synergetic connection, and more importantly, that you are able to pick up on a message here. I will that you receive something that is confirming what you already feel. I will that you obtain confirmation, if you will, that the messages resonate. So without further ado, we're not going to go into too much. We are going to delve in to the cards already, shall we? You know what I'm talking about? But let's go ahead, take a deep breath in your nose and exhale out of your mouth. And let's go get it. So let's see what we got. Right now, it is currently 10:37. That's 10:10 on the Clizark. Let me turn this down so you can see it. So 10:10, it just turned to 10:38 as I was trying to get the camera adjusted. So 10:10 breaks down to 20. 10 deals with the Wheel of Fortune. So this is about something moving forward or a full circle moment. The 10:10 breaks down to 20, so that's judgment. So that's also an eye-opening event that could be taking place, or some sort of truth that be coming to the light. Someone could be coming into some form of clarity. There's an epiphanous moment. There's an aha moment. There's a oh snap moment, that could potentially be coming in. I feel that 10 also is saying that this is a very fortunate time, because the 10 deals with the Wheel of Fortune. So I'm getting like a fortunate time, something you're going to feel very fortunate, or there's fortune, there's abundance, something that you are like, there's this full circle. So you may have planted your seeds, your roots, and now something is taking form, something is manifesting, something is harvesting for you. I feel like there's something new that could also be taking place, because the 10 breaks down to 1. So I do feel like there's something new, a new beginning, a new opportunity, a new career move, a new idea, a new skill, a new class. You're adding something to your itinerary to master yourself. Some of you could be doing new routines. It's the first of the month, so you could be really working on manifesting abundance, prosperity, moving things out of your way that may have been seemingly blocking you, or you may have felt blocked. So now you're coming out of almost like a rut. So you have this new beginning, this fresh start. You're excited, you're passionate, you're goal-oriented, you're focused, you're driven, you're ambitious towards this. You're even doing your due diligence. I feel you're manifesting something. Something's manifesting for you. Something's coming to light. As I said, the light represents truth. You're bringing truth to light, or a truth is being brought to your attention. There's a beautiful energy here nonetheless. So that could have been why I was feeling like that urge, or that instinct, that nudge to cleanse the space, because as you enter in something new, you could be smudging a new home that you just purchased, or like you have to cleanse a space before you enter into it. So I feel there's some new step forward that you're taking. Whenever you move into a new residence, it is strongly advised that you clear the space of the former space, because as you live in an environment, your energy, your energy print, if you will, your auric, your auric vibration, or your energy is left in that space. So maybe there's a sense of you cleansing a space because you're moving into it. Even if it's a brand new space, you want to cleanse it. You want to clean, clear, and cleanse the space. So you could be doing that. Maybe for the first of the month, you're taking like an all white bath. You're adding, your Florida water. You're adding your white roses. You're adding certain herbs for a cleansing, for a purification, for a detoxification even. So I'm just getting newness. I'm getting a new situation. You could be, like I said, clearing your mind. You could be, working on some sort of ritual or a spell to just make sure or assure that this new venture you're entering into is going to be prosperous. It's going to be abundant. You're removing blocks. You're removing anything that could potentially, stump your growth or block your blessing, or anything that could potentially be a stumbling block or a roadblock. So you're like clearing the space. That's what I'm gathering with that. That was a lot. But the 1037 that I saw initially eventually turned to 1038. 1038 is literally 12, because 10 breaks down to 1, and then 38 that is 11. So 11, 12. 12 breaks down to 3. So, the 12 is the hanged man. So there could be some energy of just like very, very introspective. I get someone who is like almost in, like, it feels very much like a hermit type of energy, where you are very wise. You are wisely removing yourself from a situation, or you've removed yourself already, because I just get a sense of you being in isolation, or you being someone who's very introverted at this time, or just naturally. That's your disposition, your persona, that's your characteristic. That's your personality trait, if you will, is you could be someone who's very reserved. You enjoy your space, you enjoy your privacy, you enjoy being in your comfort zone, your home, your sanctuary. It's like your protective bubble, if you will. But whilst you're in that space, there's always growth, there's always maturity. So that's why the hermit is known as like a wizard, because you're not only introspecting and doing self-audits, but you're also able to see into the future by setting intention for new energy to come to you. So whatever this is that I felt you were manifesting is something you birthed. It's something you birthed first in your mind, and now you're doing the actual work for it to materialize in the physical realm. So there's the sense of you being secluded, isolated, in almost like an incubation state. But during that dormancy, there is still growth taking place. It's almost like a seed that's planted in the dirt. And even though you can't see, the metamorphosis that's taking place, that seed eventually will sprout to a tree, or a plant or a flower. That seed eventually grows, but there's still work being done in the undercurrents, if you will, or in the soil, in the earth. So it's a beautiful energy and power of a seed that you've planted. I'm getting an inclination that you've planted a seed that is absolutely harvesting, because as I said, that 10 is the wheel of fortune. The wheel of fortune really denotes a fortunate time, an abundant time, a prosperous time. And this time isn't just something that's coming by happenstance. It's coming by means of you, planting the seed and culminating the earth and watering it and nurturing it and speaking to it and setting intention to it. And it's now taking some beautiful positive effect. So that's what I'm getting. The 3 also deals with that Empress. So the Empress births new life, births new ways of thinking. She's a master manifester. She is that Umi, that maternal figure, that feminine, the divine feminine. She's also very powerful, very strong-willed, very successful, very, very much a nurturer, a lover, because she is the head, that female energy. She is that head in terms of the love, the nurturing, even sometimes the discipline as well. She is that one piece on the chessboard that can do many things. So her power is very, very significant. And so that's what I feel, represent. That's what you're embodying. Even if you're masculine, you are in a very powerful energy. You are birthing something new. This is something you have done your due diligence to achieve. So with the 3, turning pain into power, I'm hearing mustard seed. So there is a scripture in the Bible pertaining mustard seed. So I'm being called to tell you to go and look that up. Look up what that scripture is, because that's what I feel Spirit is saying, that you are you're taking form in that energy. I feel that is a very that is a specific message for someone, even if you're not a quote unquote Christian, or like, you could still apply certain schools of knowledge to your daily to your daily journey, to your daily mission. So you don't have to be a specific religious person. Like, there's always jewels that could be picked up, and you could cash them in at a later time, because it's valuable. So don't get thrown back or taken aback. I'm being called to speak this because someone may be very, very, like, I'm hearing tunneled vision towards a specific way of thinking, and you need to broaden your horizons, or not be as blocked. Be open to the information, the downloads that you may be receiving, because someone, and I'm getting specific. So someone tuning and tapping in, maybe someone who's just very, like, a contrarian, some type of contrarian personality. My throat is getting blocked, so someone does have a difficult time expressing a truth, or someone you're dealing with, or someone that's, maybe in your energy that could have a difficult time expressing themselves. The throat feels very blocked. It's just, someone feels very muffled, or like almost, I'm seeing like a hand over someone's mouth. They're being silenced. Maybe someone felt silenced. Someone is just having a difficult time speaking. But when someone's hand is over their mouth, it's almost like someone is forcing someone's silence. So I don't know if someone has a shut up spell that's been placed on them, or someone could be trying to do a shut up spell because someone could be gossiping about them, saying this, very, I'm just getting defamation of character, assassination of character. So someone could be really trying to silence a group of people. This could be people in your place of employment. This could be someone in your neighborhood, someone in your building that you may reside in, maybe even someone in your family, more personal, maybe even in your social group, your friends. Someone could be gossiping, or you found out someone was gossiping. So just be mindful of that. With the 10 and the 10, that breaks down to 2, you're very intuitive. So you are someone who may be very psychic, or a channeler. You have a natural gift that is deemed very esoteric, very occult. And occult just means secret. So it's like you could be seen as someone very secret, very private. And that's a Scorpio tendency as well, as you're very private people. So people may, they may not like you because of that, because there's this air of mysticism around you. They can't figure you out. So if they can't figure you out, then they don't know your angle. They don't know how to play you. So you are a high priestess. You already are very much aware of who's who in your environment, meaning you've already done the assessments. You've already felt the energy of people. You know their intentions. You know how negative a person is, and how, how kind-hearted and real or true or pure a spirit is. So you can discern from those different types of personality traits. So you are a psychic. You are someone who has divine knowledge, divine wisdom. So you could be assessing your environment, this new environment that you are in, and you are just doing your checks and balances, so to speak. So high priestess energy, definitely divine feminine energy, divine masculine energy. I see you've done some shadow work. I see that there's been, this intentional journey of healing, and in order to heal, you have to face your dark side. You know what I'm saying? You got to get in touch with that dark Vader. You know what I'm saying? The inner dark Vader. You got to connect with that shadow side, because that's the only way you can really bring harmony and peace to yourself, to your situation. And that's what I feel you've been doing, because even when you think of the seed, it is, most of the work is taking place in the dark. So that shadow means you've been on this journey to discover yourself, to even better understand your past, to forgive those who may have hurt you, to forgive yourself, and to prepare for this next chapter, this next venture, this next journey, this next mission, this next calling. I feel like you feel called to something. Like you feel like you're here for a reason. You're here for a purpose. That you're here to impart knowledge, or to help heal others, to teach others. Like you have a purpose. You're just coming into that realization. Maybe you've recently come into that realization because something may have come to you, or something may have become illuminated, But let's tap in. That's what I'm picking up intuitively, beloveds. We're going to see what the cards finally have to say. That's just what I'm picking up intuitively, just from the time. And I did a whole lot of building just now, because it's now 10:52. 10:52 breaks down to 8. 8 deals with that energy of strength. So I do feel, again, that you are in your power. I feel a spiritual power. I feel even just a physical sense of power. You could be going to the gym, or you could just literally just be kind of like doing yoga. You're kind of building your muscle strength, trying to just maintain a healthy vessel. This is your one and only avatar. So you could literally be doing, different livets, fasting, drinking more water with lemon, or drinking lime with cucumber and mint, or you're taking tinctures and getting acupuncture, and you're doing yoga. Like I said, you're meditating, you're connecting to your body. You're doing something that's strengthening you. You feel stronger. There's also this sense of you being an alchemist at this time. You're manifesting something. I feel during this full moon that's coming up in July, you're going to be manifesting something, or something that you've been working on is finally manifesting. I'm getting a sense of manifestation, and it's definitely something you've put the energy, the intention into in the past, because I'm seeing when you turn that 8, which the number, that 8 sideways, it becomes the infinity symbol. So it's like what goes around comes back around again. So the seeds you sow in good faith, they will harvest, and they will return to you in a very positive way. So it's like you get, you reap what you sow. So the song that's playing on the playlist, beloveds, let's see what we got. Look at that. We got Mary J. Blige, and this is called Everything. So you're getting everything that you worked for. I feel like you're getting everything that you deserve. Someone's name could be Mary. I feel like even there's a connection to Mother Mary. I heard Mother Mary when I said Mary. So someone's definitely very spiritual, or someone is someone's everything, because that's what Mary says. You are everything, and everything is you. I feel like that's also a way of saying that you are, the master of your universe. So you are everything, and everything around you is you, meaning you manifest everything that takes place, takes shape, takes form in your reality. So master your craft. You could be doing that now, as you're the magician. You're in that magician, that imagination, or you're the alchemist, where you are you know, utilizing the elements around you to transform a circumstance, to change a circumstance, to bring about a certain change in your life, in your environment. That's powerful. So let's see what we got on the oh snap, manifestation, yo, 8. This is powerful. I was literally just, yo, this is crazy. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. So you're manifesting something that you've been working on, and it's the freaking number 8. Stop playing with me, yo. Stop playing. I does this, and I does this because of the spirit, the energy, you know what I'm talking about? Like, thank you, Spirit, for this gift, this blessing. So like I said, some of you all are called to do something. Things are happening in a synchronized way, in the same way this just took shape, took form. Like, you have that ability to manifest. This 8 is saying that you are manifesting something. You are an alchemist. You are the magi. I feel like something that you've been praying for, hoping for, wishing for, setting intention on is finally coming to light. And it's coming in quick. I'm hearing like horses, you know, I'm hearing like a trampede of horses, and that like when the horses are like whatever that is it a tassel or the rope, when they try to get the horse to slow it down, like, and they go, you know, that like I literally heard that. And I'm seeing a chariot. It's almost like I'm seeing a chariot. Even though this is the number 8, I still heard horses. And so when I think of horses, I think of action. I think of movement, quick action, because they're fast. But they're also very graceful. So I feel like you're getting some sort of grace. You're being favored for something. Something is finally manifesting. And this is something that you've prayed for, like I said, set intention on, because I just see someone very hopeful, optimistic. You know it's coming. And it may have taken time, you know, because that seed takes time to grow. There's a whole process. Like I said, you got to cultivate the earth. You got to water it. You got to nurture it. Even when you're like, you know, some of you may have a green thumb. Some of you may have plants in your home. And you could be really working with the plants. And it's helping you to better understand, you know, how to utilize the earth, how to work the earth, how to utilize your intention, how to bring something back to life, how to bring it to life, how to bring life, breathe life, be life, you know, like, you know, that's what I was getting even with the 3, like she births new ideas, new ways of thinking, but also babies. So you are, you know, really in your power, man. That's powerful, y'all. I love that. You are everything. Look at this, 27, spiritual partnership. You're coming into profound, strong, meaningful partnerships. These are partnerships that you're coming into alignment with. These are even, you know, very reciprocal, like, you know, it's equal exchange of give and take. You know, I feel like, you know, whoever you're coming into alignment with, whatever is manifesting for you, is very sacred. It's very sacred. You are everything, and everything is you. Someone could be feeling that way about you. You could be feeling the sentiment about that person. You feel this way about each other, because this is a very spiritual and sacred union. This is like your cosmic companion. This is beyond something that you could even imagine. I feel like this is something that's taken root in the dark. Like, because when I think of the 9, the 18th card is the moon card. And so I was speaking to the shadows. Someone could be in the shadows, meaning someone could be hidden, or someone could be hiding their feelings, hiding their intentions, or someone may just have very deep emotions. Because the 18 is the moon. The moon deals with not only emotion, but it's also a very intuitive energy. Someone could be communicating with you telepathically. There's this, you know, because I was picking up the chariot, and the chariot represents harmony, synchronicity, chemistry. It's a very harmonic and fluid type of dynamic that has to take place with the chariot amongst the 3 entities, you know, amongst the chariot himself and the 2 horses that are, you know, transporting him to his destination. There's a level of trust. There's a level of harmony that has to take place in order for that chariot to reach its destination. There's a sense of assertiveness that takes place as well. So I feel someone is going to assert themselves and take action, because they feel a very strong divine, loving, deep emotion, connection. Or this could be just, even if it's a work dynamic, you're coming into alignment with your soul tribe. That's your people, that's your folk, that's your village. Those are the ones that have the same blueprint, the same DNA as you. You come from the same star seed. You come, or the same star, or the same, you know, it's like a soul tribe. It's like a, I'm hearing marker, you know. So I don't know if some of you write sigils on your vessel with markers, or some of you may have gotten some sort of sigil. I'm hearing sigil and marker because I'm thinking of like a black marker, and someone could be scribing sigils. I just see someone like writing a sigil on their arm when they go into a certain space, or someone could be just freehanding sigils, making their own, because the most powerful sigil that you could utilize is the one that you allow spirit to help you create, you know, and whatever intention you put into that sigil, however, because I'm hearing someone say sigil, you may pronounce it sigil. It's S-I-G-I-L, and what that is just a symbol. It's a symbol of power that you put into it. So I'm hearing for some of you, you could be working on your own personal sigil, and I'm hearing for wealth, I'm hearing for health, I'm hearing for like clearance. What we have playing right now is a cameo. This is single life. So some of you are enjoying the single life. Some of you, you know, that's why I didn't say love. So maybe that's where your focus is, or that could be where someone is doing. So many of you have been single, and you may not have been really focused on love, because you've been focusing on all the aforementioned. Your finances, clearing out negative energy, healing, growing. You know what I'm talking about? But I feel like, you know, maybe you are about to come into something very sacred. We got 3 creativity on the bottom of the deck. And this is just, I heard sun. So when I think of the sun, I think of just joy, happiness. I think of life. You know, I think of a new beginning, because the sun comes up on a new day every day. The sun rises on a day, you know, on a new day rather. So it's like a new beginning. It's a new opportunity. I think of clarity as well, illumination. But I also think of that Empress energy. The creative energy is one that you birth. It's like you are delving into your craftsmanship, your artistry, your talents, your gifts. You're honing them, and you're creating something with it. I'm hearing it's like a combustion of energy, and it's literally gonna manifest something new. I feel you're also drawing people that want to collaborate, want to kind of partner with you. It's like they want to be partners. It's like they want to work together, because they see something that you're doing that's gonna like take off, or it's like they can see the vision. They see something. They see your vision, or you both are seeing a mutual vision for something, or you're seeing a vision for something, and it's like a mutual excitement, mutual pull to collaborate, corroborate with one another. I'm just getting a beautiful energy. With cameo, that's also you know, because I think there's like this cameo reference is also saying like there's someone, I don't know why it's like I hear like understudy, student, you know, someone's making a cameo, someone's making some sort of, it's hard to explain the way that it's coming to me. So I'm going to leave that there. It'll come to me the right way. So divine spirit of peace, power, and protection. What messages do you have for my beloved Scorpio soul tribe, soul family? Let me get a message of peace, of power, Someone's going to make a cameo. I feel like someone is coming in. You know, with this single life that's playing, you know, I feel like that's been your life for the past, some of you, it's been 13 years. So all of these cards just flipped up, and look what's showing again is manifest. Something's coming in quick. Because the way those cards just blurted out, and we got 37 timeout. So yeah, like I said, you know, when you're single, you're like in your own little, you know, your own little cocoon, doing your own little thing. You got your own little routine, not answering to nobody really. You just focused on yourself. So now this timeout is up. 37 is 10. That 10 represents an ending of something. So you're taking, you know, and we did start the reading off with 1010. So something's coming full circle. I feel like you had to take some sort of pause. And I feel like, you know, whatever's coming, it's going to be fly. It's going to be dope. We got Superfly here, Curtis Mayfield. Someone's name could be Curtis or Mayfield, first, middle, or last. I definitely feel like someone feels you're super fly, or like with fly, something's coming in, something is coming in quickly. I feel someone thinks you're fly as well, because I'm hearing you're fly. And I'm hearing that Ryan Leslie song, Baby You Fly, Baby You Fly. I like the way you walk and that look in the eye, the way you touch, oh, made me. You could be sure I'll give you what you need. You fly, girl, and baby, you show. I don't need to look, cause I already know. Baby, you fly, take it from me. You could be sure I'll give you what you need. Like, I know I messed up the lyrics, but I was hearing that song loud in my mind's eye. So look up that song, because that's how someone feels about you. And someone's name could be Ryan or Leslie, first, middle, or last. Or that name could be significant. Someone in your family, perhaps. Or maybe someone you was dealing with. But someone feels you're fly. So let's tap in. What's the overall energy? Thank you, Spirit. So you got your messages quick. You got this 85, follow your dreams. So you're definitely going after what you want. I felt that there was this energy of you going after, you know, whatever it is you desired with this new beginning. This is definitely saying that after something has transformed, you have been inspired and motivated to go towards your dreams, to go towards everything that it is that you ever wanted. You got 4 cards here for the overall energy. We're going to flip them over one by one. So you got moderation. So this moderation, it breaks down to 14. 14 breaks down to 5. So you've matured. You've made some necessary changes. I definitely feel like this has been divine timing, or something has been taking time to get it right. You've definitely dealt with a lot of challenges in your past. A lot of people who was in secret competition with you. You had a lot of people that could have been jealous, envious. I'm seeing also that there's this sense of perhaps a conversation, or, you know, communicating with someone could change a situation, move something forward. I was feeling earlier like speak your truth, express yourself truthfully, honestly, and that could change something. That could, you know, I feel that's what someone also may want, is to, you know, finally get something off their chest. Because I get a sense of like someone holding back or holding on to something, or someone's been waiting for something for a while. Because 14 is the temperance. But I also get a sense of like someone kind of not, you know, wanting to say something, and then, you know, everything, you know, ish hits the fan, so to speak. Or maybe this is someone who's not as combative as another person. There's a change coming with a conversation. And that was the whole album for Curtis Mayfield, so I just went on to the next song. Tonight we have, right now we have Betty Wright. This is called Tonight is the Night. I feel like you're going to make the right decision about something, or someone is going to say the right thing. Maybe for some of you, this conversation will take place tonight. With Betty Wright, I feel like some of you all are, you know, could be saying to yourself, you know, that you're going to make some sort of change tonight. Like whatever, you know, new beginning you're starting tonight. Tonight is the night that you're going to start affecting the change, or being the change, or working on something, you know, that, you know, it's been taking a little minute. or you're going to start seeing some change, seeing some shifts happen tonight. Someone's name could be Betty or Wright, first, middle, or last. Whatever the case may be, I feel like you're definitely making the right decision, or you're definitely going to hear something that's going to make you feel all right. Like something is going to be, yep, there goes the change, confirmation yet again. 14 and 14, that's 5, that's 10. This is the number that came out when we first started the reading, was 10. So this is confirming that something is moving forward. There's a new beginning. This is something that you have even manifested, because that 10 breaks down to 1. This 10 is also saying there's some sort of right view, right action, right, movement that you're taking. There's a right initiative even. So whatever you're manifesting, it's definitely going to lead to success or a new beginning or some new abundance, or it's definitely going to shift your world for the better. It's going to change something. A conversation may also change something as well. I'm definitely feeling a lot of passion, because that 10 also is 1. 1 is a very fallacious number. So I'm getting passion. And remember what, Spirit initially said was follow your dream. So I feel like something that could be erupting within you is like this. And I was hearing the word combustion earlier. So I feel like something is leading you to following a passion, or someone may be passionately coming towards you because they have a lot of passion, a lot of fire, a lot of desire perhaps. Maybe someone's attracted to you. It could be that spiritual partnership I was picking up earlier. That's a connection that's going to be very, very synergetic. A lot of chemistry, a lot of passion, a lot of fire. You're going to have great intimacy with this person. Not just physically, sexually, but also mentally. This person will stimulate you and you them. I feel like it's going to feel like the right connection. The right person. Beautiful. It's a full circle moment, so this could be someone that you know already. With this 22, intuition. So I'm hearing follow your intuition. I feel like you're also very intuitive. You're psychic. You are a channeler. You are very, very powerful. You're a powerful high priestess or high priest. Meaning you're a spiritual practitioner of sorts. Like you have divine knowledge, divine wisdom. You convey those messages in a very unique way. You may have clients, because I'm hearing clients. You may do like psychic readings, channeling messages, or you may do like cowrie shells, or you may scry, you may use candle wax, you may use tea leaves, you may use stones, gems, you may use rocks. I'm hearing throwing bones. So some of you could be in hoodoo, or you may do voodoo. Or someone may feel like you're doing voodoo on them, because I heard, I don't know how you do the voodoo that you do. That's a Lauryn Hill expression, I believe. Or it's someone. Some artist saying that. But someone feels like you put a love spell. And then now I'm hearing that song, I put a spell on you. Whatever that song is. And then he starts laughing like uncontrollably. So maybe someone was under some sort of love spell by some crazed person that was like obsessed, and someone's breaking that spell or coming out of that spell. Intuitively, you are very connected. So I feel like whoever you're attracting to you, because this is double numbers, they're also very intuitive. So they could be communicating with you telepathically or intuitively, or you could be picking up on someone's energy. As I was picking up earlier, I feel like whatever is coming towards you or whomever, this is someone that you may have a very strong synergy, chemistry. There's something already there, meaning like I feel there's a sense of familiarity, commonality, perhaps, that you may feel. So it'll feel familiar, which makes it feel like this is someone that you know already, because you feel comfortable. They feel comfortable with you. I feel like you're going to feel comfortable sharing certain parts of your life or personal parts of your life, because you're going to feel like this person has created a safe space for you. That's what I'm gathering. This 22 breaks down to 4. 4 is the heart chakra. So there's definitely going to be a feeling of love, a connection of like some emotional connection, emotional tie. And it's because that spiritual partnership card that we saw earlier, this is not just your NEO, Joe Schmo, Jane Joe, like Jane Doe, whatever. This is like a spiritual and divine connection where your angels have aligned you with someone. And I feel like you could have manifested this as well. Like I said, it could be a divine masculine coming in for a divine feminine, or a divine feminine coming in for a divine masculine. Whichever the case, there is something very sacred. You know, this 4 is the vibration of 11. 11, 11, 11 is the twin flame, you know, type of energy. So whoever this is, this could be like a past life love. As I said, this could feel like someone you've already known before. A lot of chemistry, a lot of synergy, a lot of passion, fire, desire. But there's also an element of stimulant. You know, this person stimulates you mentally, emotionally. This is someone that is a safe space. And this is someone that has been, I feel like this is someone that spirit is curated for you, you know. And this change is coming. I heard this change is coming quickly. And all of these cards break down to 5 right now. So a conversation is going to be had. I don't know what's going on. I got all these long albums that are in my playlist. The song that's playing now is We Got Cool in the Game. This is called Summer Madness. So I definitely feel like something could be taking place this summer. And I'm hearing that song from Greece, Summer Love. Dun, 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 dun. Some of you all could have just watched Greece. So I'm hearing a summer love. So I feel like something is going to blossom this summer unbeknownst to you. Or maybe you do know. Maybe you've been, you know, because you've been working on yourself, you attract what you are eventually. So because you're in such a loving, self-loving energy, and you're very protected and guarded, it's like you're naturally going to attract love to you. And it's going to drive you crazy. Like, I feel like, you know, crazy love. Like, you're going to be crazy in love with this person. And they you, but not in a bad way. It's just like, it's going to be crazy how this connection connects. Like, you're going to feel a crazy connection. And we got 41. So you got a mirrored card, 41 and 14. So I was speaking of shadow work earlier, and this is confirming that. So you got 14 moderation. And then you got 41 self-discipline. So as you are maturing and growing and mastering yourself, you reach the level of self-discipline where you are now doing things in the right way. So remember what I said earlier, like, you know, you're taking action in the right, you know, you're doing things and you're seeing things more so with the right view, with the right intention. And so that's what this is. This is you making the right decisions. And this is all because you have a self-love, self-worth, self-value now. So you're more disciplined. You're more in control of your destiny. I was picking up earlier, you know, just by you doing that shadow work, I was hearing Darth Vader. So this is when you master your dark side, you know, when you bring harmony and balance to your dark and your light, you know. That's the harmony and balance you have to first achieve within the self before you could ever see it materialize in the external world. So this is beautiful and powerful. So that's your overall energy. And I was picking up a high psychic, intuitive person, very much in their power. So you got 5 and 5. That's 10. So you got 5, 5. So that's 10. That's 1. That's 5. Okay, so 4, 5. All of these cards reduce to 5. Yet again. Because 5 and 5, that's 10. That's 1. Plus another 5. That's 6. Plus 4. That's 10. That's okay, so this is 1. So 1, look at that. That's crazy. Yeah, because all of this breaks down to 10. 1. So this 1 is definitely assuring a new beginning. See that? You could do the math. I'm going to let you figure it out. Reduce the numbers down to, you know, the lowest number. So 14 is 5. 5 and 5 is 10, that's 1. 1 and 22, the 4, that makes it 5. 5 and the 41, that's 5, that makes it 10. 10 reduces to 1. That's how I got 1. New beginnings. I'm hearing that's why you're going after your dreams, following your passions, your desires. That could be in anything, in whatever way. With summer madness, it's taking form, it's taking shape this summer. Something is happening this summer. It's going to be crazy. I'm hearing crazy. Because mad is another way of saying crazy. Insane. It's insane. It's crazy. But crazy good is what I'm getting from it. So who or what is our beloved Scorpios attracting? You got a card that flew out. Got 2 cards that flew out. And you got 6 love on the bottom of the deck. So who or what you're attracting to you. You could be following something very passionately that you love, or someone that you will love or that already loves you is coming towards you. This could be someone you are feeling a familiarity with, because this could be like a past life love. This could also be someone from your past. So you may have someone that you are already connected with, planted seeds and roots with, that could be finally coming towards you. Now we have Nas and Damian Marley, and this is called patience. So someone could have been patiently wanting to take action. I feel like this is someone returning from your past. With this 7 personal growth, you have definitely matured, as I was saying. You've done that shadow work, which has helped you to grow. And you got 63 parenting. So I was talking about you birthing something new, and that's what I'm getting from that. You know, as you grow in your spirituality, because 7 is a very auspicious number, as is 9. 7 usually deals with those 7 cardinal those 7 archangels. So you're connected with, and I didn't say cardinal direction for no reason. So I'm hearing there are 7 cardinal directions. So you got the east, the west, the north, the south. You have as above, as below, as within, so without. That's what I just heard. So there are 7 cardinal directions. So that wasn't a mistake. There's no such thing as accident. Thank you, Spirit, for that download. Because I wasn't, honestly, that's a profound message. We usually only think about the 4 cardinal directions, and Spirit said, nah, correction, there are 7. So that's for someone. So you're starting to see some sort of results because of the work you've been doing within yourself. You're starting to see everything manifest in this physical reality. And it's taken quite some time. Remember, I was picking up Temperance earlier, and now we have Nas and Damian Marley singing Patience. So I heard patience, young grasshopper. I feel like you've been very patient, because when you're doing shadow work and healing from a soul level, that's not something you can rush along and do. That's not something you can quickly, get through. Like whatever comes up, you got to address it. You got to deal with it head on. So it takes time. Good things always take time to create. But look at that. You have graduated, with the 7, the crown chakra energy, that personal growth that Spirit has acknowledged you've made, along with the 63 parenting. So not only are, you in a space where you have transformed and changed and have experienced a startling metamorphosis of some kind, Spirit is also acknowledging that you are birthing something new. You're also a very strong mother or father, very loving, very doting mother or father, Umi or Baba. Like you really love on and nurture, your children, or nurture a craft, or you're nurturing something, and you're being very patient with it. Like Spirit acknowledges your patience with something. I also feel like, this love you've been waiting for, it's taken some time. I feel like it's taken a lot of time. You've been very patient. And I feel like this is going to come in and surprise you, whatever this is. Because you're attracting what you are now in your life. You're attracting what you are deserving of. So how does who or what our beloved Scorpios are attracting to them feel about them? So we got that message. Let's let that go. I'm going to finish my shuffle. And we got 19, pride, ego, death. That's going to be what's on the bottom of the deck when we pull what's hidden. So you got this karmic completion. Didn't I say you were wrapping up a cycle and you're having some sort of new beginning? You could only have a new beginning when you're closing out a cycle. And that's why it required patience. That's why patience is playing. That's why temperance is here, saying that you were in the process of making the moderations, the modifications, the changes, the adjustments, the shifts. You were setting the intention. So you were the one, that was perhaps dealing with a very painful ending. Because ending can always be very hard to accept, endure, adjust to. Change is hard for Scorpio because Scorpios are considered fixed signs. But this karmic completion means that you have definitely done some sort of work in your root chakra. So you got to the root cause. These were very painful days, very dark days, gloomy days, sad days, depressive days, painful days, traumatizing days, but you got through it. You got to the root cause. You dealt with a lot of familial trauma, perhaps. Maybe trauma that took place in your childhood, kind of carried through in your life, in your relationships, in your love ships, in your work dynamics, because we learn ultimately through those formative years in our family dynamics. So maybe there was a level of toxicity. Everyone has to deal with toxicity or some level of what's the word I'm looking for, beloveds? You have to deal with disappointments in some area of your life. And it's, the noble and disciplined thing to do is to work through your own mess so that you're not going throughout life blaming others or shifting the blame towards others instead of just not blaming anyone at all, and understanding from a higher perspective that everyone is learning as they go, including your parents, including their parents. And sometimes when no one takes the initiative to heal a certain generational curse, it will perpetuate and continue until that brave soul, steps up and says, okay, I will do this work. And so I feel like for those of you listening, you had to be that chosen one in your family to break some sort of karmic cycle that was more of a generational curse. It was a stronghold on your family. So now, as this chosen one, as this like I was picking up here, that high priest or high priestess, or that spiritual practitioner that you are, that healer that you are, because every great healer has to first heal themselves. So you are seen as someone who's a healer, as a magi. That 10 breaks down to 1. That's the magician. So you're seen as, that's high priestess, that alchemist, that wizard, that witch, whatever it is that you do. That someone is very much aware that you are making the change in your life. You're the one instrumenting that change. What we have right now is Jean Grey. This is called My Story. So someone is getting more familiar with your story. And I feel like they were watching you, because when I showed you the screen, it was like someone was looking at another person. Jean Grey is from that Marvel comic, the X-Men. So she had telekinesis and that telepathic power. So I was picking up that some of you all are very psychic. Your channelers, your intuitives. You could also be telekinetic. You could be brushing up on that skill or reading up on that skill, reading up on how to harness that power. This is how someone feels about you, though, also, is that you're very psychic. Like, you're like Jean Grey. Someone's name could be Jean. This is a great card. So, again, you know, to me, that's, your story was very, very dark, very sad, very depressed. You come from humble beginnings. Life was hard for you. Because this is saying my story. And I feel like someone is now better understanding your story, or better understanding why you are who you are, how you got to this place, or how you've grown. They're respecting your journey. And I feel like that's what's initially, you know, killing someone's pride. You know, this is like, you know, it's killing their pride, killing their ego, to sit and watch you take on this power, or to break yourself free from some sort of, because I was hearing stronghold earlier. I feel like someone just broke out of some sort of chains, whether it be mentally, physical chains. Someone could have just gotten released from prison. I definitely am getting someone is seeing something differently, though. Someone is realizing, like, you know, because this could be also like when you have a lot of pride and ego, that's a false sense of self. So someone could have been trying to, pretend, perhaps, like, you know, they didn't care about certain things, because that's usually how, a very proud person reacts or responds, is like, you know, almost dismissive, and, you know, like I was picking up the word contrarian earlier, you know, so this is that person having that ego death. Because I feel like they're more familiar with your story, more familiar with your journey, because now they're seeing how much you've changed, how much you're, you know, someone who's more self-disciplined. So you've matured, you've evolved, you've transformed. So what's hidden in the energy, beloveds? Let me get a message of peace, power, and protection for my beloved Scorpio spirit. Let me get a message of peace. Thank you. Got the card. It almost fell. Look at that. That's 6 love. What's hidden is you got a secret admirer. You got someone that's secretly watching you. This is someone that wants to groove with you. This is the Isley brothers. So groove with you. This is someone that wants to really, like, you know, I'm hearing slow dance. Like they want to, you know, get close to you. And I'm hearing Roberta Flack singing, "The closer I get to you, the way you make me feel." So maybe some of you all, like, this person may be hearing that song and they think of you. They want to groove with you. This is someone that wants to get close to you. This is someone that wants to, like, slow dance with you. Maybe you've slow danced with this person before. And maybe you felt that person's heartbeat, or their heart beats when they get close to you. With this 6 love, this is someone from your past, because this is given like a past love. I feel like you may be slow dancing with someone, and that's when you're going to know that this is the person that you are meant to be with. I feel like you're both going to be kind of like, you're going to have chemistry on the dance floor. Maybe that's how you determine that someone is like, they on your frequency, they on your, you know, they on the same type of time with you. And it's something that you're going to love, you know, about this person, or this person is going to realize they love you. Someone's name could be Isley. See, didn't I tell y'all had a conversation that was about to be had? Someone wanted to communicate. This is 33-6. So you got 6 and 6, 12. Someone did some, you know, some sort of reflecting. Someone did some introspecting. Someone's observing, because I was definitely getting some secret admirer type of energy. Someone was kind of watching in the distance, in the backdrop, secretly. But there is communication that is going to bring clarity, you know, illumination. Someone is going to confess or express they love you. With this 12, that's a sacrificial position, but it's like someone's seeing something differently now. And I did feel like someone is coming to some sort of realization that they love another person, or someone will come to that realization. But this is going to take shape and form via a conversation that you have with someone. Someone could also be communicating with you telepathically. I feel there's also this desire to come together, to work together, to partner up, to be with you, to groove with you, to get in the groove. I'm hearing Madonna now. Get into the groove, boy, you got to prove your love to me. So that's what that person wants to do. Someone wants to prove their love, and the 6 flew out again. The communication. So they could be communicating this message to you telepathically. Or maybe intuitively, you know someone wants to groove with you, or someone wants to, they want to come back and say something that they love you. More importantly, they want to prove their love to you. With that groove with you, I do feel like they do feel some sort of connection or some sort of bond with you. Because he'd be like, I want to groove. Yeah, that's beautiful. They want to groove with you. Someone's coming out of this isolation. It's like, this time out is done. It's time for a new beginning. So someone's coming out of, I'm hearing hermit mode. I'm thinking of a hermit crab. Like, you know how the hermit crab really is always like hiding under the sand or hiding behind, a rock. A scorpion also has a very similar characteristic as that hermit, because they, number one, they roll solo dolo, but they're always in hiding. They hide out, by burrowing under the, the dirt, the earth, but they also hide behind stones and rocks. The difference is one funnels into the ocean, the water element, whereas the other is also like, just earthly. But it all correlates and corresponds with one another. So I feel like you're that hermit mode. You're coming out of like that timeout phase. You're coming out of that phase and you're ready to take action. And we got Boy Please playing. This is by my sister Samaj. If you want to support her, you could go check her out, Day Samaj. She's very talented. So Boy Please, I do feel like some of y'all, that could be a sentiment while you was on this timeout. Or maybe this is what someone is fearing, like you're going to just kind of wish them away, shush them, or just like disregard them. Boy Please, like bye Felicia, bye Phil. I'm talking about, like 37 timeout. You may have put this person on timeout. So that could be why someone may feel like you may disregard them, or you may not hear them out, because this is someone that you may not have spoken to in quite some time. Someone is hoping and praying for a new beginning after some sort of ending. I definitely get a sense that there was an ending before a new beginning. And I feel like with the timeout, you may have put somebody on timeout. You may have ghosted them. You may have not spoken to them. And that's why they're desiring to speak to you. That's how someone is coming to the realization that they love you, because they've had a chance during a timeout to, kind of assess and look at things introspectively, and they're coming to the realization that they love you. But I do feel like they have a fear that you're going to you're going to just dismiss them, disregard them with Boy Please playing. Someone's name could be Samaj or James. Samaj is James spelt backwards. What's the outcome for my beloved Scorpios? Let me get a message of peace, power, and protection, spirit. Let me get a message of peace, power, and protection, spirit. So we got 2 cards that flew out. And we got financial discipline here on the bottom of the deck. So you are definitely working on something. You're master. You're doing more than working on something. Your hard work is paying off. Like, I see people patronizing a business if you have. I was hearing earlier that you had some sort of clients, that you were giving out some sort of spiritual advice, as a spiritual practitioner of some sorts. But there's also a sense of like collaborating with others. You're definitely getting your finances together. You're definitely like putting a lot of your ideas in motion. Look at that. I can't make this up. You're having some sort of new beginning. I feel like you're preparing also. Like this financial discipline that you are practicing right now is leading to some sort of exciting new beginning, abundant new beginning, prosperous new beginning. You also have leadership, so you're taking charge, taking action. You're in control. That's what discipline does. It prepares you for leadership. So you're more assertive. You're going after what you want. This is also that energy of someone who's very confident. We got Wu-Tang Clan, protect your neck. So definitely anoint your neck with protective oils. Your neck is one of the most sensitive spots on your body. You know, you could have people, you know, doing, evil eyeing you from behind, you know, and if that spot is not anointed with some sort of protective oil, you can allow certain energies in. You know, that's a way in for a lot of low vibrational energies. So just make sure that you protect your neck literally. Also protect yourself, because there could be somebody trying to put you up on the chopping block. Like someone could be trying to set you up or sabotage something. So just be mindful to protect yourself. Don't put your neck out there for anybody either, because I feel like they wouldn't do it for you, or they're not going to have your back, middle, or front the same way you would do for them. So don't feel the need to be like Captain Saberho. I just heard that very strongly. The cards that flew out for your outcome, you got 19 Pride. So definitely this is an ego death. With protect your neck, I feel like someone is going to have an ego death because you're not going to respond in the way that they expect, or the way that they anticipate, or maybe even the way you may have in the past. And so someone is being humbled. This is like a big old slice of humble pie, beloved. Didn't go the way you thought it would. And this is not for you. This is for someone that you're dealing with, because the outcome is you're killing someone's ego, because something that you've been really setting intention on is manifesting, and it's coming in quickly. This is taking action towards whatever dream, goal, or initiative that you've set into place. But you have something manifesting and materializing, and this is going to hurt someone's pride, someone's ego. Someone doesn't realize you're as strong as you are, or didn't realize you were as powerful as you were. I also feel because you have, cut yourself free from certain karmic ties and attachments, that too is now almost shifting the energy to the point where whoever used to have control is now getting a real dose of reality, because they're no longer able to manipulate and monopolize situations any longer, because you've protected yourself. This strength card shows that you have that ability again to co-create with source. You've been very hopeful, very optimistic. You've been tapping into your power. You've been co-creating with source. You've been utilizing the elements around you, and that's allowed for you to turn your vulnerabilities into a superpower, because that's like the star energy. When you think of the number 17, it breaks down to 8, but this is also the 8, the strength card. So you're stronger, you're wiser, you're manifesting more quicker, more rapidly. Someone could be from Staten Island, but I'm definitely getting the sense that with you protect your neck, you are, and this is called the jump off. So something is about to jump off. So be prepared, because I hear preparedness. So I feel like you are prepared, because you can sense something is about to jump off, because you're highly intuitive. And this is based off of jealousy and envy, because I was picking up this fact that you need to anoint your neck with protective oils. Even if you may not have any particular type of protective oil, you can craft your own. You could literally take olive oil, and you could recite a scripture, a prayer. You can even write your own affirmation, and you recite it over it. Cleanse it with, sage, Palo Santo, maybe even camphor, and you set your intention. And when you set your intention, put your energy into it. Like really, you know, use your hands. If you have a wand, use a wand. I actually craft wands. I find wands, like actual, you know, wooden sticks out in nature when I take my nature walks. And the ones that call to me, I craft them into wands, little magical instruments that you could use during your spells, your rituals, or you could use them as just a offering for your altars, you know. But they're very powerful instruments when you're manifesting, when you're setting intention. So you could be, you know, someone who utilizes that power, and this is killing someone's ego, and that's a beautiful energy to be in. So let's tap in. Which cards do I want to start with? We're going to start with Psycho. Someone, you know, Spirit is telling me to start with the Psychic Tarot. Let's see what we got on the bottom of the Dizek. Could that be the reason why? Look at that. Shadow. 18. And I spoke on this card earlier. And look, we got a shadow card here. This is, you know, the two cards, 14 and 41. That's a mirror. And that's what this is. Mirror, light and dark. And didn't I speak to that earlier about, you know, working through your shadow? You know, embracing your dark Vader. Embracing the dark as much as you do the light. So many of you have, in fact, done that shadow work, which we could clearly see, which has led to your personal growth, which has led to your very strong intuition, psychic powers, divine knowledge, which has allowed for you to birth new styles, new ways of thinking, to manifest a certain dream or goal into reality, love into your stratosphere, into your orbit, a conversation that's much needed, and ultimately to complete and wrap up toxic, karmic, generational curses that may have plagued your life, your family's lives, and it's crushing egos, killing the pride. The pride is what fuels the negative behavior, the negative attitudes. So this is all showing a very beautiful story of redemption, of perseverance. So doing the shadow work, healing. You got to first heal thyself in order to know thyself. And I was picking up some of you who are spiritual practitioners. So you could very well be teachers, healers, shamans, light workers. You could be helping others as well on their journey. We got Jill Scott right here, right now. For some of you, right here and right now, you're realizing you are a healer. This is confirming something that you've been questioning. Someone's name could be Jill or Scott, first, middle, or last. Someone could be from Philadelphia. But this shadow work that you've been doing, it's like something right here and right now in this present moment is becoming illuminated to you. Perhaps for some of you, a spiritual union will take form, take shape. We saw spiritual partnership earlier. I'm hearing yin and yang. I was picking up earlier that you had a secret admirer. I feel someone is doing their shadow work, or someone is hiding in the shadows or hidden. Because this is something hidden. And the moon, which this card is representing, because that's the 18th card in the major arcana. So you have a secret admirer, I feel, and this is a very spiritual connection. I'm hearing this person is like-minded. I'm hearing that there will be not only chemistry, but synergy. I'm hearing that there's definite love. My throat is getting blocked again. So this is someone that may have difficulty communicating. This is someone that may not have spoken to you in quite some time. That's why I kept getting communication just from even the 41-5. I was getting that someone wanted to communicate. A conversation was going to change something. And then that card eventually came out, communication. Whoever this is, someone has a difficult time communicating, emoting, expressing, because their throat was blocked. Maybe some of you were having some sort of creative blockages. If it's not dealing with a love scenario, maybe this is about your creativity, about your career. But there's absolutely a blockage in the throat chakra. Someone is blocked, but I feel it's clearing up. I feel whenever it comes to expressing love, or someone expressing their personal feelings, or someone becoming very vulnerable, they have a very difficult time emoting, expressing, and they get choked up, literally. It's like there is some sort of, and it happens unconsciously. They may get all worked up, sweaty, they get anxious. It's like an anticipatory anxiety I'm feeling that someone gets when it's time to express their feelings. So some of you may not be very expressive. You may hold a lot back. And I'm hearing open up your throat chakra, speak your truth. My throat is getting blocked yet again. So right here and right now, Spirit is telling you to speak your truth. Say it right now. I will speak my truth. Confirm that. Express your truth. Express yourself. Don't hold back what you need to say. I feel that could be someone's sentiment that wants to come toward you. This is someone that feels that you are their person. This is someone that feels like you are the yin to their yang, the yang to their yin. This is a very spiritual, powerful, cosmic companion that is coming in. And there is a lot of love to give because you both are very full. Your cups are full. You filled your own cups. You do that when you love yourself. You got 3 solar plexus. Someone could really be trying to work up the strength, the courage, the wise dome to express something. Because I was picking up someone has difficulty expressing or emoting. And we have, I'm talking about freedom. Someone may not feel as free. Someone may not feel free to speak. I was seeing earlier like someone had their mouths shut, and I was picking up a shut up ritual. So it says I'm talking about freedom. So someone was feeling imprisoned or blocked or stuck. And it says, is it because I'm black? That's what's spray painted on the brick wall. So I feel like someone may feel like they're being singled out or isolated or blackballed in a situation. That's why they feel like their voice isn't being heard. Because my throat kept getting blocked every time I was speaking. Someone may literally have had someone do a spell on them. And I'm hearing a shut up spell, or someone has taken someone's power where they can't communicate or can't express some sort of truth. And this is called C.L. Johnson, the artist. And when I first looked at it, it looked like Sly. And when I thought of Sly, I'm hearing like Sly Fox. So some sort of hidden enemy has done something to paralyze another person or to silence another person. Divine Spirit, peace, power, and protection. Someone's name could be Johnson. But I do feel like there's a sense of being freed from something, because if this karmic completion is here, maybe you, having some sort of generational curse or going through your startling metamorphosis has awakened someone else. Someone else is having some sort of epiphanous moment. Because remember, I was picking up judgment. So the judgment always represents some aha, some, kind of like, it's like a moment of awareness, or someone has awakened to some sort of truth. All right, so let's tap in and see what the cards have to say. We're going to clarify the overall energy on the bottom of the deck. We got new beginnings, so this is like the umpteenth time that this card has confirmed that you are in fact going through a new beginning. All of these cards in fact reduce to one. Remember that? And this card is represented by the letter 0. I said the letter 0 or the letter O. So for some of you, your name may start with O because O and 0 looks the same. And I said letter 0. So Spirit is telling me, do the numerology on the whatever number O is. That could be your life path number or the date that you were born, or that could be the number that is associated with the person that's involved. But with 0, 0 is full circle. So you definitely are having some new beginning. This is a full circle moment. You're entering into a new time, a new paradigm even. And you see how she's carrying the staff? So you've manifested this. And you're finally taking some sort of leap. There goes the truth. The truth has revealed itself to you. There goes that number 20 that I was speaking to earlier. Because we started the reading, it was 10:10. So there is some sort of new beginning. I feel like you're also discovering the truth. I feel like the truth has set you free in many ways. It's allowed for you to grow personally. I feel like you've also grown as a parent, or you've also grown in some sort of skill, gift, or talent, or you've just discovered what you naturally are talented in, or what your birthing is the truth. It's who you are. I feel like for many of you with the truth, like you learned a lot when you were out in the streets, when you had those humble beginnings. You may have like a degree in the school of hard knocks because you had to not only suffer, from, just the harsh realities of living, in the hood, or living in the, in the ghetto, or having, not a lot of money to do the things that you would like, or going to the best schools, or being in the rich and, affluent neighborhoods. You may have had some very humble beginnings, very humble start to life, but it armored you with the type of not only street knowledge, but just, intuition, and preparedness that you now utilize even in, corporate America, or in any field that you may be in. It's like, it's a skill that, it's a gift that keeps on giving. Like whatever you've learned, it's applicable anywhere. It's almost like the game of chess, as I was speaking to earlier. So the code of the streets, because they say chess is like the game of life. You got to think 10, steps ahead. You got to anticipate your opponent's move, their next move, the move they're going to make after the next move. And then you got to also quantify what moves you're going to make. You know what I'm saying? Before somebody gets checkmated. But this truth, there's illumination, there's clarity, there's also balance, because she's like on a scale. So that I feel this scale is saying that the truth is balancing things out. I feel your personal growth has brought balance back to your life. That's what you're attracting to you, is some sort of truth. I feel like you're also going to receive the truth. Someone's finally going to stand on their square and express their truth. I love this. Look at that. Prosperity begins. Remember, I was using the analogy of a seed. And there goes that seed that I was talking about that you've planted. And look how patiently you've been waiting for it to grow. And not only has it grown, it's produced a tree. And this tree is now producing more fruit. And those fruit will produce more seeds. And you even have fruit coming from the, from the ethers. You're manifesting a lot of abundance. Prosperity begins just from your efforts, just from you completing cycles. That's what's on the bottom of the deck when we pull the card for how someone feels about you. But the cards that flew out for what you're attracting to you, look at this message. You have victory and success. So you are successfully receiving recognition for your growth. You're receiving victory and success for doing the work, doing the knowledge, for passing the tests, for birthing new realities, for moving on from the dark, from the past, from the negativity, for coming out of the dark, finding the clarity, seeking the wise dome. And look at this, triumphant success. So not only do you have victory and success, you're going to be triumphantly successful as well. So you're cutting away people, places, things that no longer serve you. You're speaking your truth. You're expressing yourself. You're cutting away anything that could be potentially blocking you. You're clearing your path. This is clearing your path. And it's doing so successfully. You got Phil Rainland, and this is called What We Need. So you know what you need now. And I feel like what you need now more than ever is just, you're seeing prosperity begins, because that cycle of doom and gloom is finally over. So this new beginning that you are, venturing into is assuring this prosperity. So now it's like the rewards and the recognitions can come because you finally closed the cycle left. And look what I just saw. It says a message from the tribe. So for many of you, remember when I was breaking down, like you have a tribe, and then I was hearing a marker, like that could be like some sort of DNA or like and so with the message from the tribe, I feel like you're receiving some sort of message. This could be a download, a transmission. You could be getting a message from this reading. But you're definitely getting some sort of clarity about something. And these are both ones, and one is two. So you have divine knowledge, divine wisdom. You are psychic. So you're getting some sort of divine message, a divine download. You could even be getting something via your dreams. But there is a message. You could find a feather. You could find some sort of transcription. But this is saying you're receiving some sort of message. I'm also seeing you may receive a letter from someone unexpectedly that will communicate something to you regarding maybe even love. But I'm also getting you could also be receiving messages telepathically and intuitively as well. So just be mindful. Just be open and receptive to the messages. We already know you're psychic and intuitive, so you'll know what's for you and what is against you. But your prosperity is beginning. Someone sees you as very abundant, very patient. You're someone who knows how to manifest and materialize the necessary changes in your life. So why is karmic completion here? For how, who, or whatever love Scorpios are attracting to them, feel about them. We got positive movements forward. So you are taking charge. You're moving in a more forward, positive direction. The sun is out, which means that you have the clarity. You got 4 cards that's going to clarify your 10 karmic completion for how, who, or what you're attracting to, you feel. So didn't I mention that star card? The 17, and this is breaking down to 8, and it says accelerated motion. So something is coming. I heard rapid fire, rapidly, quickly, unexpectedly. Like this is something, and it's not even that it's unexpected. I feel like it's coming when I said unexpected, because I know you've manifested this. This is something you've manifested, and I was picking that up even before the card came out, and then the card came out. So there's something you've manifested, which means that you're anticipating it, but I feel like it's going to come so quickly, it's unexpected, and if you look off to the backdrop, like look at all the mountains, and I was picking up like you definitely persevered, you've overcome a lot of trials, tribulations. We already see that even with you completing a karmic cycle. This card is completely gray and gloomy, which means that you went through a very dark period, very dark period. And we got Fat Tapes playing, and this is New York State of Mind that's playing by Nas. Something significant could have happened in the year 1994, or some of you were born in the year 1994. With New York State of Mind, some of you could reign from New York. You could be from Queens, New York, Brooklyn, the Bronx, Queens, Staten Island, Long Island. Some of you could be even from upstate New York. Buffalo, I heard, Rochester. I'm definitely getting a sense like with New York State of Mind, you're somebody who keeps your head on a swivel. You know what I'm saying? You're always reading energy. You're always like, you look, you just keep an eye on your surroundings, because it's like, it's a hustle bustle type of city. Everything moves fast. So you got to be very much aware. So that's what I was picking up earlier, even with, with the song, and I was saying you was having some very humble beginnings. But there's a wish that you pray for, hope for, wish for, something that you've manifested, you set your intention on, and it's coming in quickly. This is a powerful, powerful wish. It's bringing in abundance. It's bringing in unexpected truths. It's bringing in unexpected communication, unexpected money. And Spirit is saying it's not unexpected. So Spirit is correcting me by saying it's not that it's unexpected. It's just the fact that it comes so quickly. Because she's expecting it. She's looking up. You know. So you see, you know, you literally see the star shooting. And there's many other blessings that are about to start manifesting as well. As if you look in the sky, there's so many wishes and petitions that you've sent up into the ethers, and this one is really, it's going to come in, and it's going to just bring so much happiness and joy and light into your life. And there goes that person from the past. I was picking up the number 6, memories of love. Someone is definitely doing a love spell, candle magic perhaps, trying to draw in, call in another person. Someone could be from, you know, at a distance from you. Because when you have memories, this is someone that lives up in their head, constantly thinking of you. And I feel like you are, you know, possibly be thinking or picking up, I should say, of this on this person, either intuitively or telepathically. Because that's how they're communicating with you. I was picking up someone communicating telepathically or intuitively, because those both are 6, you know, number 6 deals with the first eye. And they know that you're intuitive, so they know that that's the best way. Or maybe someone is just constantly thinking of you and you're just naturally picking up on their energy. I feel like someone dreams about a person also, waking up in cold sweats. As I said, cold sweats. Look at this, mentally conflicted. This is someone that has a lot of regrets because they could have been possibly in 2 minds about something, or stuck between 2 people or 2 situations. This conflicting energy caused confusion. You know, they're confused about you. They're conflicted. They're mentally conflicted. They could be crazed, because I was picking up someone was crazed about another person, very obsessed with another person as well. And we have Marvin Gaye, it says, just to keep you satisfied. So this person is really conflicted on how to satisfy you, especially when they see that you've grown. They're trying to figure out how to manifest you as well, because they hold on to you via, you know, memories of love. They're also possibly trying to do some sort of spells. There's a part of them that's angry at you, and then there's a part of them that's sad because they're not with you, but this sadness eventually turns to anger. So I get bitterness. I get someone jaded. And I get this energy because it's like they know they can't satisfy you. You know, maybe this is someone that because you've transformed so much, because you've ended things, they know that there's no way for them to protect, you know, to perhaps rectify something, because maybe they see you're already satisfied, you're self-sufficient, you're happy, you're content. Without them, I heard without them, this is the sacrifice. So you've taken that pause to look at yourself. I feel like this person is also in that sacrificial position, because now that's why they're conflicted, because all of the wrongs that they've done, all of the lies, the betrayal, the holding back, the ego, all of those things now are coming to light, because we have the 2 and the 12 that breaks down to 5. So they're up in their head. This is that person that's having difficulty wanting to communicate and express something to you. I feel like there's a lot of anxiety. You know, more so than anger, it's anxiety, stress. I think they're angry with themselves more than anything, because they can't emote or they can't express something. They've watched you blossom. They've watched you change, transform. They see you turn your pain into power, into purpose. And now you're also very abundant, so they see you're changing it even to profit. But this person has been in the sacrificial position, forced to look at things, and they're seeing you as someone who is transformed into a divine feminine, divine masculine, or someone very powerful, someone in their power. Someone's name could be Marvin or Gay. Someone sees that you're very happy without them as well. You're even having some sort of, you know, positive movements forward with your life after some sort of karmic ending, dark period. And now they see that you're happier, you're moving forward, you're distant. even. You've created distance. There's definitely distance here. So what's hidden in the energy? Let me get a message of peace, power, and protection. Spirit, thank you. So we got a couple of messages that, we got this one that's face up. We got this one that's face up. And we got another one that felt like it was faced up. Yep. And you got one more. This is faced up too. So we're taking all the faced up cards. Let's see if there's anything else. All right. I don't see anything else. I like to show and prove so that you don't think I'm like picking cards. So we got rest and rejuvenate. I feel like that was the mode you was in, because I was picking up you was in like that introspective, but you're doing a lot of self-audits. This is really also speaking to grounding. So someone is really taking, you know, some sort of time to really meditate, get it straight, ground, connect, heal, detoxify, and rejuvenate their spirits ultimately. I feel like someone wants to come in and say something to you. This is like the last words. This is like their final chance, because with last words, it's like you're, you know, because we're about to clarify what's hidden, which is 6, love, and communication. So with last words, I feel like, you know, maybe someone is contemplating on the last conversation or the last words they spoke to another person. And that could be why I was picking up someone who's like very conflicted, because like they're anxious now, you know, wanting to say something, wanting to take action. This is someone stuck in two minds, or someone very indecisive, someone very confused, conflicted, because they've had time to kind of look at things, and now they're seeing things from a different perspective, or they have a different vantage view, or a different vantage, or different view of things. Different vantage point is what I was attempting to say. So this person, I feel, is very conflicted because they're thinking about the last words they may have spoken to you. And that's why I get that person that was very, like, having difficulty communicating and expressing themselves. They kept getting choked up. I know this isn't you, because you're now in a very powerful energy. So you're speaking your truth. You're standing up for what you believe in. You're protecting your peace also. But I also feel like you're not biting your tongue either. So I was feeling like this was someone else. So what's hidden in the energy, we got this emotional withdrawal. So I was picking up, you know, that beachy energy just from the hermit crab. So this right here is showing that this could be someone with that number 8, you know, that is really finding that power, you know, really honing in on their powers, really connecting with the earth, the stars, the moon, as above, so below, as within, so without. This is an energy of release, you know, releasing any toxicity, but also rejuvenating one's spirit. The beach, the water, the sand, the earth, that's all your element, you know. So some of you could be visiting the beach. With this emotional withdrawal, that was that time out, that hermit mode, like I said, that hermit crab, and that scorpion that I was picking up earlier, who, you know, take that time in isolation, that time of healing, that time of reflection, even of purging, of releasing, of letting go of what no longer serves. You know, withdrawing from the outside world to connect with the inner. And so there's someone that could be thinking of a last conversation because there's distance, or there's no communication, or there is, you know, this block that someone may be feeling. We also got the 20 truth that flew out. This is what's hidden. Is that person wants to speak a truth, express a truth, even if that looks like apologizing for something that they've done. I'm hearing riddled with regret. That's why someone is up in their head. Someone is like, you know, they're playing scenarios over and over, back to back. Someone could be even dealing with like deja vu moments, like, damn, I should have said this. You know what I'm saying? Thinking of the last thing they said, and like, damn, I shouldn't have said that. I should have said it this way. So it's almost like, you know, they're seeing the truth now because they've taken time to kind of go within. This is the 20. So the 20 is that, you know, illumination, that clarity that I was talking about, that aha moment, that epiphanous moment. That's what that is. I feel someone's also coming to speak a truth. This is someone who's like, you know, definitely feeling a lot of loss, a lot of pain for causing you heartache. Someone that knows that they've done some damage. That's why I was hearing riddled with regret. But this painful situation that you experienced, they're now experiencing. That's why they're understanding or understanding what they put you through. That's why there's an ego death. And this could be a karmic person, I feel. because I feel like you have people watching you, not only new people, but you have people that you may have known from your past, that you may have had good chemistry with, that you no longer speak to, that think of you often, that really kind of pine on nostalgic memories of love or time with you. But then you also have karmics that miss you. This is Mercury retrograde time, so this does put a lot of people in almost like that nostalgia mode, where they want to go back, or they think back, or they contemplate. So you have to use your intuition to make sure that you don't open up to the wrong type of energies. Be open and receptive to energy that vibes with yours. Remember, with your tribe, with your people, with your community. We got foursome Deves. Love is a house. So don't force anything. Let things flow naturally. That's what I was picking up. I'm also hearing with love is a house. You have a very loving, nurturing home. You're also seen as someone very wise. This is what's hidden. I feel like you have grown wiser from the mistakes that you've made, from doing the shadow work, from taking the time to pause, to go within. You found the truth. You've also learned to, kind of value yourself. You've learned a lot from your family dynamics, from karmic situations, and you've been able to break those generational curses, which have made you wiser. With this card here, this is showing the transformation. This is a 5, along with the self-discipline. That's 5. 5 deals with the Hierophant. You also got the moderation. That's 5. 14. So that's the shadow work. You've had to do a lot of shadow work to better understand, the makings of you, the makings of others even. But you also learned what love was, what love wasn't, what stability was, loyalty was. And I feel like you're very happy now because you've learned your worth and value, which is most important. Love is a house means that wherever you reside with another person, that house, that home should be filled with love. It should be filled with the energy and vibration of having a supportive and intentional partner, an assertive and attentive lover, a very synergetic and chemistry driven dynamic, a union of sorts, someone that completes you and you them, someone that is pouring from a full cup, that their cup is already overflowing, whether you're in their life or not. Like, you don't have to validate them and they don't have to validate you. Like, that's what you've learned, because there could have been elements of codependency in a former relationship, and you've had to learn your independence. And so you've had to take time to be single for quite some time, and it's taught you valuable lessons. And you've learned to make your home, make your house a home, with or without a partner. You've learned the runnings of your household, how to manage your finances, how to be more disciplined. So that's what I'm picking up from that. But this is a very powerful, powerful message. So let's tap in. We're going to get some tarot messages, and then we're going to wrap it up because we're coming around 2 hours. So look at that. Justice. You're getting your just due. The truth is coming to light. This is clarity. Things are working out favorably. Things are working out in a favorable manner. We have victory and success. We also had triumphant success. I feel like you're receiving some sort of truth. I feel like you're hearing also a yes answer. This also could be speaking to matrimony, marriage, a marriage certificate, contract. I also feel like legal documents could come into play. With love as a house, I feel like, again, your home is your hearth. Someone could be up in their head about how to speak a truth. I feel there's also like karmic justice. I feel like you're getting, a truth, whether someone is comfortable or not. You're also getting a new beginning. Something you've manifested here. And I feel like it's because you found the truth. There goes that strength card. You're taking your power back with a new beginning, with a new start. It's something that you are pursuing confidently. There's someone, remember I was picking up like regret, riddled with regret for previous actions. Someone really is enamored by your strength. I heard enamored. And there's and also someone new is coming to offer you something. This is taking time. Let's see what's sticking out. So you definitely got some sort of devil energy here. There's a devil, and the devil always represents some form of like addictions, attachments, something low vibrational. Whenever the devil is overseeing a union, that means that there was a lot of secrets, a lot of manipulation. There could have been some sort of incubus, succubus type of dynamic. This is controlling. Remember, I was picking up with force MDs. So someone was trying to force someone to do something. But we have here another energy of someone who's trying to take their time to get something right. This is someone who's coming in intentional to offer stability, to offer security. They're not coming in with some sort of illusion or some sort of lie. So don't get caught up. We got Nas here. Look what, I can't make this up. No Phony Love by Nas. So this person here is going to offer phony love. This is someone very manipulative. They got a lot of work to do. They got dark energy. They're also operating in the dark. So they could be doing love spells, because I was picking up on someone doing like a love spell, a candle, some sort of candle magic. But then you also have someone coming in intentionally. This is someone that definitely takes their time to get it right. And they're not coming in with under the guise of manipulation. They're coming in under the guise of offering you something real, something tangible. On the split, we got the Wheel of Fortune. So something is turning in your favor. This wheel represents a right view, a right perspective, a right direction. So this person wants to move in the right direction. I feel you got a full circle moment taking place. This wheel is saying that this new beginning is going to be very fortunate. It's going to be very abundant. I feel like you're going to feel fortunate. I feel like you're going to feel like something is finally taking place. Something's finally happening, materializing. And it has a lot to do with the steps that you've taken, the initiative, the seeds you've planted. There's also this sense of moving forward. There's something coming and it's moving things along. This is powerful. So let's tap in. What is the overall energy? Why is the 14 moderation, 5 change, 22 intuition, 41 financial discipline, and the 0 new beginning? Someone's up in their head because you are on the precipice of this fresh start, this new beginning. You've left someone behind. You've closed the door. You've closed the chapter. Something has come full circle, and you've made the decision that you're not embarking upon anything that was phony. No phony love means you're cutting off anything that doesn't serve you, and someone has some regrets. Remember, I was picking up someone was riddled with regret. That's what that looks like. Up in their head, I was picking up someone pining, thinking constantly. Now we got Rakim walking these streets. So I feel like you outsmarted someone. Remember what I was saying, that you got street wits about you, like you graduated from the school of hard knocks. So it's like this person may have thought they pulled one over on you, and it's like, nah, son. Nah, son. You're coming into unions where, like I said, your cup already overflows. This shows that not only have you worked on yourself and healed yourself, and you have something to offer another person, whoever you're attracting to you also is pouring or giving from a cup that overflows, and they have something to offer you. So he's reaching for your cup, you're reaching for his, and you won't be without. So this is definitely a spiritual union, a divine connection, the yin to your yang. And look who's overseeing this union. This is an angelic presence. This looks like a lion. This is a snake. That's Kundalini rising, which represents an awakening or some sort of spiritual ascension. This is that spiritual union. This is an emotional connection or tie. And with Rakim, someone's name could be Rakim. Someone could be from Wine Dance, Long Island. Someone could be up in their head literally because they are having to witness you come into some sort of divine union. And this is not just someone you'll be boyfriend, girlfriend with, or this will be your man, your girl. This is someone that you will eventually have matrimony, because we saw that justice card. So I feel like this person wants to come in and do things the just way, the right way. They want to make an honest woman or an honest man out of you. So this is someone that will propose. They're coming in with something tangible, which could be a ring, a wedding ring. This could be someone that's definitely setting intention. So let me get one more message to clarify why this Nine of Swords is here for the overall energy. Definitely getting stress, anxiety. Yeah, someone's brokenhearted. This Three of Swords just flew out. It just fell. Let me try to get it. Oh, it's going to be hard to get it. Let me try to get it. Hold on one moment. Ugh. All right, so we got the Three of Swords. So this person is really regretting. Remember I was saying, dang, I was like riddled with regret. Their heart is broken now. So whatever you experienced, I feel like this person is now experiencing it. The Three of Swords energy came out twice. So it's like you reap what you sow. What you put out, you get back. That's what I feel like this person is experiencing, and it hurts. It's hurting them. It's hurting them because, again, you're embarking upon some new beginning, and you're leaving all of this. You've left it behind you. That door is shut. It's closed. You're entering a whole new paradigm, a whole new chapter in your life, and there's someone that has heavy regret here. Someone could literally just be walking the streets, just, you know, kind of like trying to get out of their head, just kind of walking aimlessly with no direction. We got the Four of Pentacles. Someone's holding on to another person, but you're holding back. You're holding back because you know that that person or whatever that is has nothing to offer you. You know, when I look in the backdrop, I always see like someone may live in a big city. You know, someone may live in a big city with a lot of, big buildings, skyscrapers, tall buildings, office buildings. So, you know, so someone that is reading this may have come from a big city, and then now they may live, you know, in a small town or in the country, or they live in a very remote location, rural location now. But they come from, you know, very humble beginnings. I feel like you've turned your back, you know, on all of the negativity that could have happened in the big city. Maybe wherever you live, there was a lot of drama there. And so you've kind of moved away to go find just peace, you know, create your own sanctuary somewhere else. And there's a lot of people or things that try to hold on to you. I want to give one more message for the overall energy for this Nine of Swords and Three of Swords. Line of Spirit, peace, calm, protection. Thank you, Spirit. There goes that Chariot I mentioned. See that? So you're charging full steam ahead. You're more assertive. Someone can no longer control, manipulate, monopolize you. You are in your power, and you're moving forward. That's why you had that triumphant victory, triumphant success, victory and success, because you're moving forward assertively and powerfully. You're in harmony, and you're attracting what you are now. And you're dropping what you no longer can carry or no longer wish to. With this Nine of Pentacles, we're about to pull the card for who or what you're attracting to you. So that same person that was taking their time, they're still coming. You know, they're not getting discouraged in any way. Right now, we got Skeeter Davis, and this is called The End of the World. So I feel like this person will, you know, go to the ends of the world to offer this. With the end of the world, I definitely feel like... you know, this person feels almost like, you know, very, very, a sense of loss, you know, without you in their world. There's also distance. You could tell this horse is traveling, but right now the horse is standing still. So someone may feel, I'm hearing like the end of the world. Like it's almost like a very melancholy type of energy that I'm picking up from that. Someone feels like it's the end of the world. With moving on, maybe that's where you were. It's like you were feeling like it was the end of the world, but now, you know, you're moving on. You're still being proactive. Let's clarify. Well, someone's name could be Skeeter or Davis, first, middle, or last. Someone could have been born in the year 1962. That 1962 breaks down to 9-9. That 9-9 breaks down to 18. That's the moon. So I feel like I'm speaking to the person that's hidden whoever this is. And Spirit just said you got many hidden people. So you may have hidden people that are like secret admirers, hidden enemies. It's like it's a plethora. You got people from your past that are kind of keeping tune, keeping track. With troop, I will always love you. There's definitely someone that is, feeling the sentiment that they will always love you. So that means that they're coming to grips with the fact that something is ended, but they will always love that person, or that could be your sentiment, that, someone that you've left behind or someone that you've walked away from, you will always love that person. So for instance, if you may have had a family with someone, you will always love that person because they're the co-parent of your child, or of your children, or there's someone that you spent a lot of time and energy with, that you grew with, so you will always have love for that person, but you're no longer in love with that person. Maybe that's a truth that someone is coming to realize. That's why they're moving on. They're no longer like holding on, with moving on, the end of the world. Like, you're realizing something isn't the end of the world. Like, you can move on and you can have new beginnings. You can have new chapters. But you're moving on because you've cut yourself free. But with I will always love you, I feel like that's someone's sentiment. We got the sun here, so you're definitely much happier. I feel someone also feels you bring joy and happiness in their life. I feel like there's illumination and clarity. That's the card that's going to be there when we pull the card for how someone feels about you. So we got the Ten of Swords. That's that's the energy for what you're attracting to you. So that's why this Ten of Swords becomes the Ace of Swords, because 10 breaks down to 1. So you're cutting yourself free from the people that was, remember I was talking about hidden agendas? So whenever you got swords to the back, that means that those are the people closest to you. So that could have been family, friends, that could have been associates, co-workers, colleagues. This is many swords. And I'm hearing many men wish death upon me. Blood in my eyes, dog, I can't see. That's 50 Cent. So someone could be from Queens. Someone could just hate you because you're a queen, because you're a king, because you operate on a higher frequency, because you don't stoop to other people's levels. You got backstabbed because of people's jealousy and envy. That song, Many Men, you got many enemies, whether you realize it or not. And it has nothing to do with anything you've done wrong. It has a lot to do with projection, with people not being comfortable in their own skin and seeing someone that they, have a lot of disdain for because they're not them. This is people that really intentionally tried to hurt you. They tried to disarm you. They tried to disable you. And your sentiment, because you're so grounded and so dope, so fly, is I will always love you. You know what I'm hearing? I'm hearing like, peace be unto you. You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't phase you. They didn't stop you. It's like you learned who your enemies were and you carried on. That's why you're moving on, because whoever these people are, they regret it because they didn't foresee that you was going to, come into your power, that you were going to become the powerhouse that you are, that you were going to grow wiser from their antics, like you literally grew wiser from these situations. You discovered the truth. You got the Wheel of Fortune here, beloveds. I told you you're going to be fortunate. There's fortune, there's fame, there's success, there's abundance. With triumphant success and victory and success. And this card clarifying, we spoke to the wheel. You started the reading with the number 10, 10, 10. This is the wheel. So that's the turning point. That's the new beginning. That's something that you've planted seeds and roots with. Now it's taking form. This is you making the right decisions, taking the right action, having the right view, having the right vantage point, and moving in the right direction. It's now harnessing or assuring victory. It's assuring movements forward. There's a full circle moment. It could also be energy returning that you are now ready for, that you are now prepared for, because I was getting a sense of divine timing even with this 14 moderation. So there were some things getting moved around by spirit, certain key players, certain key figures that needed to be moved around, things that needed to be worked out. You also have the 10 of Pentacles. So this is that supportive person that was coming in with that Knight of Pentacles, want to get it right. That's what their intention is, to offer you tangible things, to build a legacy of loyalty, love, to build a family, a unit, generational wealth. This is a very domestic and a very practical, resourceful, loving dynamic. and there's someone coming back, returning. You have several people. Spirit kept correcting me. How they feel about you is, you are the sun. Da, 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 da. You know what I'm saying? The sun is shining. The sun is shining. You bring out the sun. You bring happiness. You bring joy. You illuminate a room. Whenever you walk into a room, your energy radiates. It vibrates. It permeates. And we got Kendrick Lamar. This is called Auntie Diaries. So for some of you, you may have come across an elder auntie's diaries. Maybe you've taken on their home. But you've discovered someone's secrets. Diaries are when you leave your thoughts. It's like a journal. You scribe your most intimate thoughts. So with auntie diaries, like someone could be dealing with an auntie's secret, or maybe you are the auntie, and your nephews or nieces may have shared a very intimate detail with you. Aunties, uncles. With the sun, I feel like the sun is just saying something is coming to light. Because a diary, like I said, it's a book of your intimate thoughts. So with the sun, someone is coming to some sort of realization about someone's deepest feelings. Someone may reveal that. Auntie is a feminine energy. We got the sun. I said the sun. So the sun. Someone definitely feels like you make them happy, but I also feel like the sun represents, I'm hearing the dawning of a new day. So and with the Queen of Swords, I'm getting conversation. I'm getting communication. I'm getting clarity. I'm getting someone wanting to clear the air. Someone feels that you are like an ice queen, that you're cold. But at the same time, you bring so much joy, so much peace. But perhaps this is what they fear, is they fear that you're going to be cold. I'm also getting a sense that you are no longer suffering fools kindly. Like, you're very blunt now. I get a sense of like you being very blunt, saying what's on your mind, whereas in the past, maybe you held back a little bit, you know what I'm saying, just for the sake of like secondhand embarrassment. But now it's like you say what you need to say. You don't sugarfoot. You don't, pussyfoot around subjects, topics. Like you're very clear and concise. You know what I'm saying? You have a personality, but like when it comes to your intellect, your intellectual properties, when it comes to someone trying to insult your intelligence, you don't play with you don't play like that. Like you got clarity because you already went through this. So you don't play with energy no more. It's like you go with what you feel intuitively, but you also are looking at things from many different angles. And there goes my throat chakra break. So someone is very afraid to approach you because they see you in this Queen of Swords energy. If you're a masculine queen, the King of Swords, whatever energy, they just see you as someone very blunt, or you are going to like chew their head off. You're going to cuss them out about something. But at the same time, this new happy beginning, maybe after a conversation, something is going to take action. Oh snap, look at, and then this card is stuck. I was about to let it go and it was literally stuck. So we got the Eight of Pentacles. I told you someone wants to work together, collaborate. This is also how you've accumulated and acquired all the success and stability you have. This 8 manifestation, you're manifesting your dreams, your goals, your aspirations. You got like tunnel vision on your dreams. This is you working towards something very intentionally, very passionately. So what's hidden is you got this 5. This is competition. Remember when I was saying that you had, a lot of hidden enemies or hidden people? This is the secret competition. That 5 energy is showing that those are people that are listening, like no one's listening to each other, on how to build, use these wands to build. This is like destroy, not build. This is energy that's destructive. This is energy that, may have that element of jealousy and envy because you are progressing past them, or you've progressed past them. I feel someone is also listening to the wrong people. You know, someone is definitely not listening to their own intuition when it comes to something. And so this is leading them down a path of confusion. That could be why someone was very mentally conflicted and stuck in two minds, because they're listening to the wrong people, or they're not using their own discernment, their own intuition. So this energy is really in a very confused state. And we got heavy D in the boys, and this is called somebody for me. So someone just wants someone for themselves. With this 5 of Wands, and then we have the Death, I feel like someone does finally kind of leave this confused state behind, and they go through some sort of startling metamorphosis or transformation, or maybe someone's transformation snaps them out of this state, because the Death card represents a very, a painful ending. But it's the death of old ways of doing, thinking, and being. So the death of being confused or listening to a bunch of fools, a bunch of deduntanuts. And now you can have a new start. You emerge someone new because you're doing things differently. With the 8 of Pentacles, this is a focused energy. Someone wanting to come in, collaborate, work together, partner up, build. And with somebody for me, this person is sure, because this is featuring I'll be sure. So someone is really, somebody wants, they're sure they want you. And they want somebody for them because they feel like you match their fly. They feel like this is going to really be a very stable connection, because this is that same type of energy with the 10 of Pentacles, like someone willing to work for it, someone that wants to, collaborate with you. This is something you could have passed, manifested as well. Someone's name could start with D. Someone could be a little heavy. On the bottom of the deck, we got the 9 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles. The 9 of Cups. This is the me, myself, and I card. So I didn't mistakenly say 9 of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles is that pre-empress status, pre-empress state. So you've worked very hard to, have the success that you have, or to achieve the success, the level of success that you have. You got 2 cards. You got the 10 of Wands. So this is releasing burdens, letting go of false realities, false people, false circumstances. And this is the World, graduating. This is leveled, you leveling up. You have love of self. You're self-loving. You're happier. There's wish fulfillments coming in. There's a blessing that's assured. You have a lot of major arcanas. You got the Wheel of Fortune, the World, the Chariot. You have the Death card. So this is saying, and you also pulled the Sun. There's also the Star. There's also the element of judgment here. You got the Judgment card. You got the Lovers. You got the Strength. You have Temperance. So there's a lot of cards here that are from the major arcana. And whenever you get to the World, which is the last card, that just confirms what I've said, that you've graduated, that you've broken some sort of generational curse, and you are now coming into your own abundance. There is wish fulfillments that are coming in and taking place. I feel that you have removed yourself from circumstances that no longer serve you, and you definitely have let go of the people, places, and things that were, really taking advantage of your kindness, of your love, of your righteousness, if you will. You are the type of person that give people grace. You give people the benefit of the doubt. You treat people the way that you want people to treat you. And some people don't deserve it. They don't deserve your kindness. They don't deserve your grace. They don't deserve to breathe the same air as you. And I feel like you've caught on to that. And you're very, very particular, very very mindful of who you allow around you. So you're very guarded. I'm seeing that you are going to receive rewards. You're going to receive some sort of a blessing, an answered prayer. There's definitely a confirmation of a wish fulfillment because you've planted some seeds in good faith. I see that there's also this sense of like you receiving many, many positive, outcomes because of, your intentions were pure. So triumphant victories and success is assured as well in this reading. As I said, you're going to feel very fortunate. And I feel like you are coming into fortune. I'm hearing even fame. You're going to be in the spotlight. You're going to have a lot of generational wealth. I feel like your family is going to be very well off. Some of you may purchase 2 dogs. You may already have 2 dogs, 2 white dogs, or gray in color. I definitely feel that there's a lot of loyalty, a lot of love amongst your tribe, amongst your soul tribe, your family, your home and your hearth is definitely one that you operate with love, with nurturing. There's great communication, great bonds, and I'm hearing chemistry. So whoever your partner is, whoever's coming in that you've manifested, that sees you as a wish fulfillment, that feels you are their passion, that they're passionate about you, and they're very much attracted to you. This is going to be something beautiful. We have David Sebastian. This is called the light. So the light represents illumination. So someone has come into the light, come into the truth. That is also confirmed here. So someone, has come into the truth. You are the light that shines. I just heard that Common song, featuring Erykah Badu. You are the light that shines, special for you and me. So you are the light that shines. So someone sees you as illuminating, as wise, as intelligent, as, you're someone that just, you are an old soul even if you're young. Even if you're, and young is a figure, like that's a state of mind. Young it could be 70, but you are very wise beyond your years. Someone's name could be David or Sebastian as well. I definitely feel you are a spiritual practitioner, and you could even see that she's carrying a wand. So a lot that's taken place in your life is definitely confirmed that you've manifested it. You've co-created with Source, and you've reached the end of a major chapter, and you're embarking upon some sort of new beginning, and you're doing so by taking the leap. You're doing things fearlessly. You're being more assertive. You're in your power, just as I said. Your power is your wise dome. It is your intuition. Your power is your discernment. It is your spoken word. It is your intention. It is your ability to create. So this was your reading, my beloved Scorpios. Thank you so much for tuning and tapping in. Until next time, I send a big fat ashayo. Peace, power, protection, y'all. Thank you for tuning. Till next time.